wrote this. When I say footnote, it refers to a citation from the source. Hitler is one example of the sadistic, non-sexual necrophiliac. Having possessed no coarse self, he was a man who continually rejected all the demands of reality. To make up for his inferiority complex, born out of being undisciplined, he sought to control those around him. History shows that Hitler was undisciplined and lacked a sense of responsibility. He was a high school dropout and art school reject whose sketches appeared lifeless and pedantic, and for a while a tramp living on the fringes of society. It was during that latter period when Hitler came across street propaganda slanted towards German nationalism, National Socialism, racism, and anti-Semitism. In 1919, he joined the Socialist Workers' Party, which at the time had about 50 members. He would eventually rename the party the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Hitler soon enough was leading a powerful fascist party which dispensed with a reactionary nationalism based on vengeance and his faith in the superiority of the Aryan blood. In his eyes, it was the Jews who were poisoning the German state. They were the killers of Christ, and along with the revolutionaries, were responsible for the selling out of Germany with the Versailles Peace Treaty. On January 30, 1939, Hitler told the Czech Foreign Minister Chvalkovsky, "We are going to destroy the Jews. They are not going to get away with what they did on November 9, 1918. The day of reckoning has come." Footnote. But Hitler did not stop there. He also advocated for the destruction of all weak, including those with syphilis and tuberculosis. He even called for all the mentally ill to be put to death. From Mein Kampf, Hitler said that defective people must be prevented from propagating equally defective offspring, for if necessary, the incurably sick will be pitilessly segregated, a barbaric measure for the unfortunate who is struck by it, but a blessing for his fellow men and posterity. Hitler would use the mythology of the superior Germany of the past to manipulate the mass culture. By hating not just Jews but all that is not German, he exploited the destructive ecstasy found in the masses. The greeting Heil Hitler and the swastika are two examples of mythological symbols Hitler utilized to harness power against weak, alienated individuals. However, Hitler's necrophilia would be his own worst enemy. He had been such a hater of the life force and humanity that as the war was waning, he ordered Paris destroyed. This order was never carried out. Then in September 1944, Hitler declared the Scorched Earth Decree, the destruction of Germany itself. As recollected by Albert Speer, everything, simply everything essential to the maintenance of life would be destroyed. The ration card records, the files of marriage and resident registries, the records of bank accounts. In addition, food supplies were to be destroyed, farms burned down, and cattle killed. Not even those works of art that the bombs had spared were to be preserved. Monuments, palaces, castles, and churches, theaters, and opera houses were also to be leveled. Footnote. When the end finally dawned on Hitler of his failures, he ordered his own death along with the death of his dog. Against Adolf's orders, Eva Braun also joined them in death. As regards to Eva, Hitler had not even admired or respected her. That she submitted to his authority explains why he had spent any time at all with her. Yet her allegiance to him still did not prevent Adolf from cruelly having her brother-in-law executed. However, before we can seal off Hitler as the Antichrist, it must be remembered that he was a human being. The important lesson of Hitler is that evil monsters don't have to look the part. Although with this example, some might argue that is fact.